I'm not aware of any specific report to the South Australia Police. We'll wait and see if that eventuates. I've been pretty well engaged all morning, so I haven't been given any specific advice or briefing that we've had a report, so we'll see what happens.
In New South Wales, a home in the Blue Mountains has become a crime scene after 2 children were found dead. Alex Heinke reports.
A mother has now arrived at Westmead Hospital under police guard. She'll be treated but also questioned. Authorities are trying to figure out what has happened at a house in Falconbridge. 2 boys found dead inside this morning, a 9 and 11-year-old. The 42-year-old woman arrested at the property with wounds. That gruesome discovery was made by a family member. Now, Chapman Parade remains closed off as authorities swarm the area. Investigations are well underway.
The federal opposition is standing firm in its criticism of proposed reforms to the Reserve Bank. The government says it's done all it can to get the coalition's support for the sweeping overhaul. But the opposition remains concerned the new interest rate setting board could be stacked with Labor allies. Shadow Treasurer Angus Taylor says the government hasn't been negotiating in good faith.
The Treasurer's version of consultation is telling you what his decision has been. When he consulted us on his first 2 appointments to the Reserve Bank, there was no consultation, let me tell you. There was information about a decision.
Experts say it would be very difficult to enforce a proposed age limit on social media. The federal government wants to block children from platforms like Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat. But it's still investigating how the rules would be policed online. RMIT University Information Sciences Professor Lisa Given says it's a tough problem to solve.
There are technical issues here in terms of how do you actually identify a person's age? How do you verify that? There are a lot of technical issues that would have to be resolved. But also, how do you then manage someone's behaviour?
More than 2,000 Hyundai new generation 2024 Santa Fe vehicles are being recalled. There's a fault which could stop some of its airbags from deploying correctly. Santa Fe owners can contact their dealer to organise an inspection. And Apple has debuted its new iPhone. The 16 has a dedicated camera button. Pre-orders open this Friday. Now turning to 5AA Sport.
To defend against scams, Australian banks have joined forces with a major investment in new technology.
Irishman Mark Keane will call Adelaide home until at least the end of 2028. He signed a 3-year contract extension with the Crows. The 24-year-old key defender played 21 games this year and cemented his spot in Adelaide's backline. Friday night's Port Hawthorn semi-final at Adelaide Oval is a sellout. The Power trained this morning. Why not us is the motto Brisbane Lions players are taking into Saturday's semi-final against the Giants. Defender Jack Payne trained this morning in a knee brace as the Lions look to book a place in their 4th prelim final in 5 years. Ruckman Oscar McInerney says their premiership aspirations remain as strong as ever.
We do that every year. That's what we set out. We come out in October, November, start our running. That's our goal every year, so we're not going to change that attitude of chasing our dream every year, so why not us every year?
And Australia has suffered a blow ahead of this week's Davis Cup group stage in Spain. Alex de Minaur has withdrawn with an ongoing hip injury. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Afternoon at Wingfield, a burst water main, Grand Junction Road near Richard Street. At McLaren Vale, urgent roadworks on Victor Harbour Road at McLaren Vale roundabout. Busy at Unley at the moment, Green Hill Road near Unley Road, and slow for works at Woodville West down to 40 k's, Findon Road near Trimmer Parade. Cameras Kings Road parallel in Pym Street at Croydon Park. Make your move into a new Mazda at the M event on now until September 15. Enjoy an M event bonus across all Mazda models. See your local Mazda dealer for details. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
To keep essential pathology affordable and accessible for all Australians, visit keeppathology.bulkbuild.com.au.
Mostly sunny this afternoon, a possible shower tomorrow, 18. Thursday, partly cloudy, 19. Friday, partly cloudy, 18. Right now, it's 21 degrees. Now let's check what's happening on 9 News tonight.
The 5AA Sports Show. Stephen Rowe and Tim Jennifer.
Port take on Hawthorn Friday. Wowee, the ramifications of that game will be far-reaching.
Unfortunately, the only way to sort of try and win back respect is to put a performance in that's worthy of a final this weekend.
They'll be up. They're a proud club.
The thing is, you can't just say, oh, that's an aberration.
The 5AA Sports Show.
No, you cannot. rock up like that ever again.
Weekdays from 4 p.m. on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, it's not me. Former Liberal leader David Speers says a video which appears to show him snorting white powder is a deep fake. Will he go to police? Kate and William like we've never seen them before as the Princess announces she's finished chemotherapy. And the simple superannuation error that could cost you thousands. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
Have you warmed more benches than microwave meals? Reckon you can outcoach any NBL coach? Then play the game any NBL fan can win. Supercoach NBL. Be the coach. Challenge mates. Win prizes. Head to supercoach.com.au. T's and C's apply.
At Simplicity Funerals, we have been keeping funerals simple and easy for over 40 years. Visit simplicityfunerals.com.au or call us 24/7 to get started today. Simplicity Funerals. Easy, respectful, simple.
Stay comfortable all year round with a $399 Actron air conditioner from Mac Trade Services. Thanks to the SA Government REPS rebates, if you're a concession card holder or a renter, you can get an Actron Air reverse cycle air conditioner supplied and installed from just $399. That's nearly 80% off the normal price. Hurry, this deal won't last long. Terms and conditions apply. Visit us at our Rose Park office or find out more at mactradeservices.com.au.
If you're aged between 45 and 49, this news could save your life. You can now opt in to the National Bowel Cancer Screening Program and get a free test kit, which up to now only eligible Australians 50 to 74 could get. Bowel cancer is Australia's second deadliest cancer, but over 90% of cases are treatable if diagnosed early. So, start screening earlier. Search Australian Government Free Bowel Kit and order yours today. Brought to you by the Jodie Lee Bowel Cancer Foundation and the Government of South Australia.
Enjoy the Emirates experience from Adelaide starting 28th of October. Fly better to Dubai and beyond to over 140 destinations. Recline in comfort with lie-flat beds in business and relax into your spacious seat in economy class. Dine on delicious regional cuisine as you sip complimentary drinks and stay entertained with up to 6,500 channels. Enjoy the unrivaled Emirates experience all the way to your next adventure because it's not just the destination, it's how you get there. Fly Emirates. Fly better.
See you again tomorrow, Betty. One of the most important things you can do as you get older is stay active. The Physio Co is a mobile physiotherapy company dedicated to keeping people active throughout retirement and beyond. Their caring, qualified physios will help get your elderly mum or dad moving with confidence by tailoring treatment and exercise plans in the comfort of their own home. Stay active, safe and happy and book the Physio Co today. Just head to thephysioco.com.au.
If the bank's declined your business loan, no worries. Universal Finance make business loans easy. No financials required. Unsecured business loans and business overdrafts. Universal Finance can help your business now. For lightning fast settlement, sometimes in just a matter of hours. See Universal Finance in Kent Town today. Or search Universal Finance right now. This is general advice only and you should consider the terms and conditions before determining whether this advice is suitable for your situation.
Setting the agenda for South Australia. This is 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
Good afternoon. It's 11 minutes past 3 here on 5AA. We are now live on the Foodland Supermarkets Facebook and YouTube live stream, so jump on and say hi. After 3:30, it's Turkey Tuesday, so get thinking, get the brain juices flowing, work out who your turkey is this week. Who do you need to nominate? Who's done something silly? Who's the turkey in your life? 8223 0000 is the number to call. But now,
5AA's State of the Arts.
and today we're talking to Vicky Jo Russell, who's the festival chair of the Nature Festival, which gets underway in a couple of weeks. Hello, Vicky.
Hello. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good.
Nature Festival starts on September 28, and this is the 5th year it's been going. I don't know if this makes me sound silly, but I've not heard too much about the Nature Festival before.
Well, we're slowly growing. I think that's the thing. So we started in a COVID year, 2020.
Oh, okay.
You know, why not make it easy for ourselves? But it was a time when South Australians really wanted to get out and remember their connection to nature. So it was also a really good year to start. And we started pretty small, but we keep growing and South Australians love it. So we'll keep going while they keep going.
And grow you will. You've got over 400 events this year.
Yeah, 400 events sitting in the program. There's a few more waiting in the wings to be added, and a lot of those have multiple sessions. So it's actually pretty hard to not find something that'll work for you over the fortnight. It's over the spring school holidays, so it's great for doing things with families. And lots and lots of diversity. So there's over 200 hosts as well. So it's a bit like a fringe program. People bring what their nature connection is and their ideas to the program, and we say, yep, that works for us. Yes, it's safe. You can come in the program.
Because there's so many events. As I say, over 400 events, and now that you say it's in the school holidays, it makes sense because there's lots. I was looking up, there's different food and wine events. There's stuff for the kids to do.
Yep. I recommend people go to the top right-hand side and look at those search functions. So that allows you to sort of break it down into bite-sized pieces. You know, there's kids and family, there's arts and creativity, talks and walks, food and wine. As it's no shock to you that South Australians like that aspect of the program a lot, and also a lot of Aboriginal culture programs. There's a lot of appetite for those events as well.
Appetite, boom tish. I see what you did there.
It's the Foodland section.
Absolutely. It's definitely the part I'd go to. Going to the website, I'd go to the food and wine drop down and see what sort of food and wine I can do in nature as part of the Nature Festival.
There's an amazing series of wine and forests at Sinclair Gully, and it's like every one of them, different wines, different artists, so different genres of music. You've got to find something you like in that.
Very cool. That sounds great. What about for the family? You mentioned it's in school holidays, different events for kids to do. So you've got lots of those.
Yeah, so you could go to Flinders Ranges. That's actually Park of the Month for South Australia. There's a whole suite of events up there, but particularly a bunch of cultural ranger guided walks, which will be amazing. And we've got something at Trees for Life, something that's flower superpowers, where you can actually come and make capes and superhero costumes out of plants. And there's nature play all over the place. And also, what about Yucamara, going there for a night tour, seeing animals in the dark? Like, it's an incredible program.
Very cool. So you've got day events, you've got night events, and it's from what you said there, it's all over the state, regions as well as the city.
Absolutely. So every single one of our sort of known regions in South Australia has at least one event, and a lot of them have multiple. So if you are heading, and I would always recommend that you head out to regional South Australia in the school holidays, there's so much to explore. Have a look at it, see if there's something that's near where you'll be staying for your trip.
Yeah, awesome. Now, when I was going through the program, I don't know if this is just me, but I assumed that the events would all be outdoors, but they're not all. Some of them are inside. I can see there's a couple of events down at the art gallery, down at AGSA, and different areas as well. So they're not all outside, but they're all nature-based.
Yeah, they're nature-inspired. So it could be that, it's a musician that might be completely inside. Something like Bowerbird, which is a string quartet. They are particularly inspired to write music about birds. And a lot of their events will be inside. You're not going to take the cello outside very often. But it's something for everyone. So not everybody wants to be crunching out there in the bush. And some of us absolutely love it. That's my background. It's definitely venues for everyone.
Yeah, cool. Now, as I say, this is the 5th year the festival's been on. You're the chair, but you're also one of the founders. So what made you want to start the Nature Festival? Was it because it was COVID and we were all sort of locked inside and you wanted to get out and explore nature, or?
Partly. It's so 94% of South Australians love nature. And it was interesting, I went to a sort of display at the Royal Show last week, and it asked people to put up post-it notes of why they love living in South Australia, and beaches and Flinders Ranges and Kangaroo Island, they all got so many mentions. So people love their nature and their gardens here as well. And yet, we don't really talk about it. We don't really get a chance to share it and celebrate it. So we thought, no, let's put it front and centre. We love festivals in South Australia, no doubt about that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's give ourselves a chance to celebrate nature and really share it with each other. And that's what we're doing. And that's the idea of also having all those different hosts. So South Australian communities and individuals all across the state sharing the nature they love. And people are really responding. So last year, 31,500 tickets, about 5,000 more were didn't require a ticket to participate. People are participating online. So there's something in this that South Australians are really responding to.
Oh, great. So you mentioned tickets. I assume all different events will have different prices, but you have to buy a ticket for all of them, or?
Well, the ones online, we really recommend most of the time to book a ticket just so that people can plan. Some have unlimited numbers, some have caps. We've got a lot of the program is free. We don't actually charge people to list their event in our program, and that's trying to make sure that nature's accessible for everyone.
Oh, that's great.
So I'd say like last year, about a quarter of the program was free. A lot of then the next range of events are under $20, and that might be more just about, well, book your space and make sure that you cancel if you're going to not turn up.
Yes.
We do have some premium events, like for some premium wine and food. There's also some retreats for people, so something in Wilpena and something at FIVEAA Peninsula, which goes over several days. They might be a couple $100, but it's a really accessible program.
Yeah, so I assume it's all the way from free to a couple $100.
Exactly.
So something in there for everyone. Sounds great. I'm going to have to familiarise myself with the program and definitely find one of those food events, because that's right up my alley.
Yeah, I think it's really exciting. There's also great open garden schemes, for instance. There's also people sharing off their properties in regional areas. So you get a chance to also see a lot of things behind the scenes that you wouldn't normally get to see as well. And I think South Australians are very curious people, and they like to see what's behind the closed doors.
Yes. Well, if you want to go and have a sneak peek what's behind the closed doors as part of Nature Festival, it's on from September 28th to the 13th of October, and all details are online, naturefestival.org.au. Vicky Jo, thank you so much for your time.
No worries. I'll see everybody out there.
Sounds good. That's Vicky Jo Russell, the chair of the festival. Up next, I'm going to introduce you to a young South Australian author, 29-year-old woman from Adelaide. Her book is being released today. How good is that? We love to support local, so we'll continue doing that next.
Footy finals are here, and to celebrate, we're giving you a chance to win a Vintech wine cabinet valued at over $4,000, and it's thanks to Rusden Wines.
Make sure you listen to 5AA Sports Show, that's us, Rowie and Timmy G, each night from 4 p.m.
Then all you need to do is guess mine or Timmy's childhood football hero for the day.
Get it right and you'll score yourself a twin pack of Rusden wine, plus you'll go into the draw to win the Vintech wine cabinet.
It's all thanks to our great mates. That's Rusden Wines. They're in the Barossa Valley, home of the Blackgut Shiraz. Visit rusdenwines.com.au.
You wake up in the morning, there's 2 scam texts and a fake invoice email on your phone. It's the never-ending war against scammers, but Australian banks are fighting back. Intelligence sharing between banks will identify new types of scams faster. A new payment system to make sure you pay the right person is being rolled out. Unique identity checks will help combat identity theft. And there'll be more double checks when you're paying someone new. Australian banks are working to protect you.
Looking into solar? Look into Exceed Solar. Long before Exceed Solar were a company, the owners were climbing on roofs all over South Australia, installing solar panels, inverters and batteries. Exceed Solar have seen it all, because they've done it all, literally. And because they're qualified electricians, not salespeople, they know firsthand what will give you the best possible results for many years to come. That's the big Exceed Solar difference. Exceed Solar, built on knowledge, not a hard sell.
When you need a plumber, you need them right away, as in today, not tomorrow, or when it suits them. You need them right away. Give Ken a call. Ken Hall Plumbers, your local plumbers since 1983. We're on time, every time, at a time that suits you. When you need a plumber, you need them right away. Give Ken a call. Ken Hall Plumbers, 8364 5855.
Okay, you've found your ideal block of land. Perfect location, perfect lifestyle. Now, it's time to stroll through the urban at the Selector Homes Display Village. Intelligently designed for a narrow block, the urban is packed with space to suit a young family or your upcoming retirement. Contemporary facades, stone facing, staying courtyard, you'll make the neighbours jealous. Visit The Urban at the Selector Homes Display Village, Port Wakefield Road, Burton.
Welcome to YH Support Services, your trusted NDIS service provider. Promoting independence is our cornerstone. With over 30 years of experience and a person-centred approach, we provide respite, supported independent living, community participation and in-home support. Our experienced staff are hand-picked to ensure our participants receive the highest level of support, delivering great care. Your choice and your control. Choose YH Support Services, where compassion and professionalism meet to create a supportive, inclusive community for everyone. For more information, visit yhsupport.com.au.
It's a frightening thought, but what if you lost the capacity to manage your financial affairs? If you're not at the helm, who makes medical or health decisions? Who controls the family trust? From the simplest to the most complex wills and estate plans, Donlan Lawyers will answer your questions and help carry out your wishes. For wills and estate planning, visit donlanlawyers.com. That's donlanlawyers.com. Hindmarsh Square, Adelaide, and Ocean Street, Victor Harbour.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
It is 23 minutes past 3 here on 5AA, live on the Foodland Supermarkets Facebook and YouTube live stream. Jump on and say hi. And we are in the middle of State of the Arts, where we love to bring you the best of the arts industry around South Australia. And it's not just art on the wall. Earlier you heard from Vicky Joe from the Nature Festival, and we know writing is an art as well. So today I want to introduce you to Alina Bell-Chambers, who is an Adelaide author who's just signed a very big book deal with a global publishing company and is releasing her first book tonight.
Yes,
Alina,
that's
hello.
correct. Hello. Thank you so much, Stacey, and hello to all the listeners.
Thanks for coming in. This is so
thank you for
exciting.
having me.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. No, it's absolutely exciting. It's a dream come true to be debuting in Adelaide as well.
Yeah, and we'll talk about your book launch that's taking place tonight very soon.
Sure.
And I want to ask you about the storyline of the book too. But first, what got you into writing? What made you want to be an author?
Oh, well, my parents owned a bookstore in the heart of the Adelaide CBD. It's called Cosmic Pages. It was mind, body and spirit, but it had a fiction section, and that's where I spent all my time. And I fell in love with books, straight away. And I used to make up stories. And then one day I was going to be travelling overseas, and I decided to actually make up a story for me to read on the plane. And it just went from there. I started, writing 100,000 word fantasy novels, 600,000 word science fiction trilogy.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, just really got into it. And of course, all the local bookstores in Adelaide were such a huge part of that. And growing up here and having the schools being very supportive as well.
Yeah. And so then what took it to the next level where you got this big publishing deal?
Oh, well, it's a very interesting story. I had a dream. And it was actually a nightmare. Exactly. And it was so terrifying, but the ending was fantastic. And I just had to write it. And there wasn't a question of sort of whether or not I could do it or anything like that. I just sat down and I wrote it. Yep. And that was the first book that I wrote that I decided, no, this has to be published. And from that was during COVID actually as well. I then started writing The Order of Masks after that, because I thought everyone might like something that's a bit more escapist, more fantasy. That was a dystopian thriller, the one before. And then I just kept on writing, and I started looking into publication.
And so that is the book we're talking about today, The Order of Masks.
That's correct, The Order of Masks, yes.
Tell me about the storyline. What's it about?
So it's a dual point of view. It follows two fierce female main characters, Mira and Scarlet, as they rise up to reshape their respective worlds. It's very much like Game of Thrones. I think my publishers have been pitching it a little bit as Fourth Wing meets Throne of Glass, if you know those two. They're quite
I know
popular.
Game of Thrones, but I don't know the other ones.
No worries. Well, you know Game of Thrones or the Hunger Games, it's in the same vein of that. It's, court politics, magic. You don't know if the characters are going to survive or what the cost of their survival might be.
Cool. Yeah. Okay. So it's not based in Adelaide.
It's not based in Adelaide, no. It's based in a very sort of Roman-inspired world.
Oh, I like it. And so is this one of the books that you wrote for yourself on the plane, or was this book specially written to pitch?
It was specially written for publication, this one there. Yeah. And very much, it actually started off being really inspired by the cost of power and moral complexities due to my background in psychology and criminology. And yeah, it just grew into something that I'm really proud of.
What was the timeline from when you had the dream or the nightmare to writing it all and then getting the deal? And
well, I started writing during COVID, so that would have been 2020. I wrote The Order of Masks towards the end of 2020, and then I was doing a lot of editing, and I wrote some other projects as well. In 2022, I decided that I was going to get an agent, and I really went through the process of getting one, which is not an easy process, that is for sure. But I
wouldn't even know where to start.
Well, that's how I felt originally. But the good thing was, after COVID, a lot of people are on Zoom now. And so it's much easier as an international author to be able to connect with agents and actually get that face-to-face interaction. And I was fortunate to get multiple offers of representation as well.
Oh, great. Good on you.
Thank you.
So it's a 2-book publishing deal. And of course, we've got The Order of the Masks, which is out today. Have you started writing the second one? How does that work?
I sure have. So I'm so grateful to my publishers. So I'm being published in Australia by Pan Macmillan, and Hot Escape is the UK, and that'll be in December. And I finished my sequel, which I don't think I can say too much about just yet, but I'm really thrilled about it. Yeah. It's going to be dramatic. It's going to be, you've got to choose if you're Team Scarlet or Team Mirror a little bit. There's some choices with love interests and things like that as well. But yeah, very excited for that one. That will be out this time next year.
Oh, how exciting. Okay, so you've got the book launches happening in Adelaide tonight. A couple of different venues. If someone's thinking, this sounds up my alley, I'd love to get along, I'd love to meet the author, love to support local, where should they go?
For sure. So there's 2. So there's one tonight, which is at Dimmicks Rundle Mall. Thank you so much to Jo and her amazing team for setting this one up. So that's at 7 p.m. Oh, sorry, please forget that. That's at 6 p.m. tonight till 7 p.m. We're going to have cake, book signings. I'm going to be doing a Q&A, and I'll be in conversation with fellow fantasy author Lyndall Clipstone. Then on Thursday night, that's 7 p.m. till 8 p.m. That will be Blackwood Library, and I'll be in conversation with Flinders lecturer Sean Williams.
Oh, Blackwood Library is a great library. I was there not too long ago. We did an OB from Blackwood Library for Festival.
Oh, that would have been lovely.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful now. It's been renovated, that space.
It's so beautiful. Oh, that's great. And Dimmicks as well, the new Rundle Mall store.
Oh, it's
so good.
Absolutely stunning in Regent Theatre.
I don't think it's new anymore. No, it's not that new. It's been open for a while now, but anyway, that doesn't matter.
No, it's a lovely space.
And so if someone wants to grab a copy, I assume they can buy online, they can get it from Dimmicks or their local bookshop?
Yes, for sure. So it's available pretty much all bookstores, I believe, and if they don't have it on the shelves, they can definitely order in a copy. It's also available online with the ebooks and also an audio book, which I'm really excited for because the narrator is fantastic.
Oh, so you didn't do it yourself?
I didn't do it myself. I mean, I thought about it because I've got a background in acting, but I thought, no, I'm just going to let someone who's really practiced as a narrator do it. And I think it's Hayley Edwards, and she did a great job.
Oh, great. That would be hard, picking someone to narrate your book.
Oh, for sure. It's fun though. It's really fun. Like the UK have just sent, because it's December, they've only just sent me some options for narrators, and I've been listening to the samples, and it's fantastic. It's so exciting.
Oh, it sounds like such a fun process. Good on you.
Thank you.
And congratulations again. Thanks for coming in.
I really appreciate it, Stacey. Thanks for having me.
That's Alina Bell-Chambers, local Adelaide author. So if you want to get along and support, her book is called The Order of the Masks. And as she said, those book launches happening, one tonight at Dimmicks Rundle Mall and one at Blackwood Library on Thursday night. It's 3:30. Time for news headlines now. And after that, Turkey Tuesday. Who are you nominating? 8223 0000. Who's been a turkey this week and needs to be called out on the radio? I've got a case of Turkey Flat Vineyards rosé in a can to give away to the best caller.
This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, Mel Usher with the latest news headlines. There are reports a person has been hit by a train at Broadmeadows. The Gawler rail line is out of action. The Liberal leader is urging his predecessor to report a video being labelled a deep fake to police. Tens of thousands of homes are on wildfire watch in Southern California, And in sport, Friday night's must-win semi-final for Port is now a sellout. The 5AA forecast, mostly sunny this afternoon, a possible shower tomorrow 18. Right now it's 21. We'll have more news at 4 and as it happens on 5AA.
G'day, it's Jack.
Hi, my name's Joe.
G'day, it's Dan's. I listen to 5AA on the 5AA player app.
Just go onto the App Store, search for 5AA, and it popped up and I downloaded it.
Usually I'm gardening, or sometimes if I'm driving kids to school or footy training.
Bit of yard work, working on the car.
If I'm having my coffee, I'll stream 5AA.
Stream 5AA in crystal clear sound at the touch of a button, wherever you are.
Download it now from the App Store.
It was super easy.
A potential vaccine to fight a bacteria responsible for life-threatening pneumonia in the very young and elderly has been developed in South Australia, and Fusion Clinical Research has been asked to trial this vaccine. For this important study, Fusion is seeking people aged 70 and over. If you want to take part in this important trial, go to fusiontrials.com.au or call Fusion on 087077 6996. That's 087077 6996. You will be paid for your time.
2025 early bird airfares are here with Phil Hoffman Travel and Singapore Airlines, the world's most awarded airline. Enjoy amazing connections through Singapore with 10 flights per week direct from Adelaide. Fly economy class return to Singapore from $999 per person, or Milan return from $1,769 per person. Offer ends September 25th. Availability is limited. Select travel dates and T's and C's apply. Visit pht.com.au.
SA's own Respirico Healthcare has been supporting South Australians for 20 years. Their goal is to make a positive difference in people's lives. This month, Respirico Healthcare are proudly opening a new branch in Kilkenny. This new branch will stock helpful devices for sleep, respiratory and assistive technology, and will focus on complex assistive technology needs. Overall, Respirico Healthcare is committed to delivering the highest standard of care and support to patients in the field of sleep, respiratory and mobility. So ask about their education sessions and special offers at Shop 4, 10 to 14 Regency Road, Kilkenny. Respirico Healthcare, making a positive difference, now with 6 stores across SA.
OxyShred Energy is here, Australia's fastest growing energy drink with zero sugar. It has gone viral on TikTok, perfect for the gym, a walk or work. Happy energetic vibes all the way. Don't crash, drink OxyShred Energy.
What makes Ray White the big name in business broking? They're people, like multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year Brett Buckley and his team of business professionals. They take a deep dive into your business, finding value and potential, and they know what they're looking for because they know businesses. They're not real estate salespeople trying to sell businesses, they're business people selling businesses. If you want to know what your business is worth, touch base with Brett. Search Ray White Business Sales SA, multiple Business Broker of the Year awards.
If you need to fix your pipes, call Precise. Call Precise. If your toilet's blowing up, call Precise. Call Precise. If your lights aren't turning on, or your hot water is gone, or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Precise.
Precise Plumbing and Electrical. Call 1300 700 200. That's 1300 700 200. Precise Plumbing and Electrical. We're helping life flow.
Or a plumber or an electrician, call Precise. Call Precise.
Always trusted. 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
It's 25 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. Very soon we'll talk about this video of deepfake video of David Spears doing the rounds. It's a video which looks like it shows David Spears snorting a white substance off a plate. David Spears denies it's him. He says it's not him. He has never taken drugs and would never take drugs. He says it's a deepfake or an elaborate hoax. It has, as you can imagine, sent shockwaves through Parliament House today. Parliament is sitting today and David Spears is not there. So we've had responses from the Premier, from the now Liberal leader Vincent Tarzia. We'll bring you that very soon. And 8223 is the number to call if you want to continue the conversation that we had earlier about weighing kids in schools. Would you be comfortable with your child or grandchild being put on the scales in their school to help deal with obesity? We'll continue that conversation. I had a lot of calls. It's prompted a huge response on the text line. Tyson rang us earlier. He's also followed up with another text. He's called me woke and he's called me soft. So thanks, Tyson. You can give me a call, 8223 or you can send a text 0448 08 1395. But now...
Time to call in and nominate your Turkey of the Week for Stacey Lee's Turkey Tuesday.
Yes, that's right. It's Turkey Tuesday and I have a case of Turkey Flat Vineyards Rosé in a can to give away to the best caller this week. Who's done something silly? Who do you want to nominate as your Turkey of the Week? Who deserves a little caller? And we're keeping this a politician-free zone this week. I don't want any political calls, okay? I don't want to have to hover my finger over the dump button this afternoon. 8223 is the number to nominate your turkey. I've got a couple. Originally, my turkey was going to be Trevor, who has sent a ridiculous number of texts this afternoon, and he's demanding I answer some specific questions about whether or not I've ever used drugs. Trevor, I didn't answer your questions because the first couple of times you sent me a text, you called me Jade, and then I don't think I should need to answer your questions. I don't need to answer any of your questions, Trevor. I'm not a politician. I'm not getting paid by taxpayers. So I don't know what gives you the right to think I must answer every single question you send on the text line. Please stop texting. You're blocking up the text line. So firstly, it was going to be Trevor. But now I'm also chucking Tyson in the mix for calling me soft and woke because I don't think kids should be weighed in schools. So Tyson and Trevor, you're my turkeys today. 8223 is the number to call. Kathy is in Theberton. Hello, Kathy.
Hi, how you going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. On Saturday I went to the show and had the kids were picking out their show bags, but I had one show bag in between my legs while they were picking out another one. It was on the ground, and someone just nicked it without me realising it.
What?
Yeah, I know. It was only like a $6 show bag, but I didn't even notice it being taken away from my legs.
That's not the point. That's horrible.
I know.
At the show?
Yeah, I know. Obviously, they've done it before.
Oh, so quick as well.
So quick without was second even noticing.
What a turkey! Oh, I mean, I would say worse than a turkey. They're a thief, for one.
Yeah, they're a thief,
but yeah.
Turkey for a $6 show bag.
Turkey for a $6 show bag. That's an absolute turkey there, Kathy. How silly is that? Oh, that's horrible. Was the rest of the show okay?
Yeah, the kids had a good time. So, yeah, it was just like, I didn't even notice it gone. Like, it was weird. Weird second.
Yeah, okay. That's really horrible, Kathy. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no. That's all right.
Well, thank you for the call.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
That's Kathy in Theberton. Oh, here we go. Ron on the text line. Add me to the list of turkeys because you're soft, boring and cliched with no actual kids. Sorry, Ron? What did you say? A soft, boring, cliched wine mum with no actual kids. What are you trying to say? Are you having a go at me because I am a woman without kids? I do not understand what that means, and I absolutely hope you're not having a go at me because I'm a woman without kids. That's disgusting, if so. Anyway, let's move on. Theo is in Walkley Heights. Hello, Theo.
G'day, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Not bad, thanks. I think the turkey of the week should be Kane Corns.
Oh, go on.
Because he called Butter Soft. I think he might have been trying to crack a funny. Butter Soft.
Actually, now that you put it that way, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, there's two meanings. He could be calling him soft. He could be calling him butter soft.
Soft butter.
Yeah.
I don't mind that pun if he was meaning it in that way, but yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. I like
a
it a
good
lot,
day.
Theo. Thank you. That's Theo in Walkley Heights. 8223 0000 is the number to call if you want to nominate a turkey. I'm getting some support on the text line. But yeah, I don't know why Ron would have said that. It's just a disgusting thing to say to anyone, man or woman. But anyway, this is what you have to deal with when you're a woman in the media, unfortunately. People bagging you if you do have kids, people bagging you if you don't have kids. Yeah, no one deserves that in their workplace. Anyway, let's move on. I'm going to give... Oh, that's a hard one. The Turkey Flat case of Turkey Flat Vineyards Rosé in eco-friendly cans. Oh, Kathy in Theberton, Theo in Walkley Heights. I will give Kathy the Turkey Flat Vineyards Rosé in eco-friendly cans, and I'll give Theo in Walkley Heights the Wallace Cinemas Family Pass. Well done to both of you. Neither of you are turkeys, but you both get awards. So thank you for your calls. 8223 0000 is the number to call. And up next, we'll continue the conversation about weighing kids in schools. Do you think it's okay? Would you like to see your kids or grandkids get checked on the scales at school? It's an idea that has been floated to try and deal with the obesity crisis. And you know what? It's okay to disagree. I've been saying all afternoon, I don't like this idea because I think it would encourage or potentially exacerbate eating disorders and body image issues. But it's okay if you don't agree with me. It's where we start getting into name calling where it's not okay. So for Tyson, who called me soft and woke because I don't agree with it, that's where I draw the line. We're allowed to disagree with each other. That's fine. That's what we do here on 5AA. We have adult conversations and differing opinions. But when you start calling people names, that's where it gets totally out of line. So we'll take some calls after this.
Calling all car fans. Need your weekly motoring fix? Join me, Charlie Dixon, Wednesday nights from 6:30 for Driving with Dixon. We talk about all things motoring, cars, car events, racing, anything motoring.
Thanks to Luva House, the leaders in transforming your outdoor space into a great entertainment area with an opening and closing roof.
So join me Wednesday nights for Driving with Dixon. Only on $13.95, Adelaide's 5AA.
AutoCam. Look, this is real cutting-edge stuff.
AutoCam. It's new from Automasters.
Real-time video with a real-time report on my car.
Real-time video sent direct to you from your Automasters technician.
Check this out. There's the problem, there's the quote, and here you go, approved.
So good. Totally transparent instant SMS approval and Automasters pay later options.
AutoCam. The future of vehicle servicing here now. Call 1300 Automasters.
You need extra space. You need it now, but how? Lots to think about with a home reno. How long will it take? Will it be worth it? Oh, and how are you going to pay for it all? That's where Aussie comes in. Unlocking the equity in your home can be a good place to start. A little know-how can help with your reno-how. Chat with your local Aussie broker. Our help's always free and 30 minutes could make all the difference. Visit aussie.com.au to book a time or find out more. Chat to us at Aussie today. Australian Credit Licence 246786.
Nearly 1 million Australians get a pathology test every week. Almost all these tests, like blood tests, are free because they're bulk billed. 70% of all medical decisions rely on pathology tests. Doctors depend on them to diagnose illness, disease and infection. But these services are under threat. So to keep pathology accessible for all Australians, we need funding to keep pathology bulk billed. We need our voice to be heard. Visit keeppathologyBulkBill.com.au. Authorised by LWET, Australian Pathology Canberra.
Over 50 and ready to dive into something amazing? This is for you. We're planning for your future with 2 new over 50s lifestyle resorts in Goola and Encounter Bay. With our vision for world-class facilities and endless activities, your next phase of life could deliver your best years yet with pools, gymnasiums, bowling, greens and more. Visit our new display centre at 1 Banfield Road, Goolwa North, or check out lakesideresort.com.au or oceanviewresort.com.au.
Stock up and save on nappies at Coles with all Huggies bulk packs now 40% off. That's Huggies Ultra Dry Bulk Nappies varieties down to just $13. That's great value, hands down, at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday.
Make your move into a new Mazda at the M event.
From September 8 to 15, enjoy an M-Event bonus across all Mazda models. Get $500 off Mazda 3 or CX-3, $750 off CX-60 or $1,500 off BT50. Head to your local Mazda dealer for the M-Event and make it yours today while stocks last. Terms, conditions and exclusions apply. See Mazda.com.au for details.
Check this out.
Real-time video with a real-time report on my car.
There's the problem, there's the quote, and here you go, approved.
So good. Totally transparent instant SMS approval and Automasters pay later options.
AutoCam, new from Automasters.
Macular degeneration is Australia's leading cause of blindness. If you're over 50, have an eye test and macular check. Early detection is vital. You can have the very early signs without even knowing. Information, guidance and support is only a phone call away. Call the Macular Disease Foundation on 1800 111 709 for a free macular degeneration information kit.
Everyday items locked in at low prices for longer. There's more ways than ever to save at Foodland.
5AA Afternoons with Stacey Lee.
It is 13 minutes to 4 here on 5AA after 4. Rowie and Timmy G with the Sport Show. But it's been a big afternoon on North Terrace today. Parliament has been sitting and there's been one notable absence. David Speers is not attending Parliament today. It comes after a video was published on the Advertiser website. It's a video which looks like it has David Speers in it, apparently snorting something off a plate, a white substance. Now, David Speers denies that this is the case. He has said he certainly did not do that. No way. Never, never would I have done that. He says he's horrified by it, he's troubled by it, and he's very sorry. He has said it's a deep fake video or an elaborate hoax. This is some of the audio of David Speers denying that it's him in the video when the Advertiser caught up with him yesterday.
No, that was certainly not me.
Certainly not. It is. It is definitely you in the video,
That's
snorting
very
away.
Strange. No. No way.
You did not snort a white powder.
No, I certainly did not. That is very troubling. Definitely not. I would never have done that, Kat. Never. Never. Never.
Was it a different white powder?
No, I would never have done that.
Okay.
No, I'm quite horrified by that.
So that's some of the audio of David Speers denying that it's him, denying the video is him. He says it's a deep fake or an elaborate hoax. Today we've also heard from the Premier, Peter Malinauskas, who was asked at a press conference about the matter.
It's all a bit breathtaking. The images that we see on the front page of the Advertiser this morning are clearly quite concerning. But they are a matter that are exclusively for Vincent Tarzia and the South Australian division of the Liberal Party.
That's the Premier being asked about it at a press conference. He says it's a matter for Vincent Tarzia. So Vincent Tarzia was also asked about it today.
This is really concerning. It's concerning to me as leader of the Liberal Party, and it's also concerning to all of us in the Liberal Party in respect to the footage that has emerged in regards to this matter.
He was told, Vincent Tarzia also said he has told David Speers to report it to police.
So I reached out to David last night in regards to this issue. He's assured me that he's of the belief that the footage is that of a deep fake. So my suggestion to David is that if he believes that that is the case, that he makes sure that he reports that to the authorities. And I think he's taken that on board.
So we haven't heard from David Speers today. We've been in touch but haven't heard back about whether or not he has reported it to police. Vincent Tarzia was also asked, how he feels about this video.
I'm genuinely concerned for David Speers. I reached out to David Speers last night. I think we've all got to consider his welfare at the moment. And I've said to David that if this footage is fake, that it needs to be reported.
So there's still a lot to come on this story, as I say. David Speers says it's a deep fake or an elaborate hoax, denies that the video is of him, and Vincent Tarzia there saying it should be reported to police if that's the case. So we'll be finding out at some stage, you'd assume, whether or not it's been reported to the police. And of course, we'll bring you up to date here on 5AA as we get more information to hand. But we have reached out to David Spears today, haven't heard back, and he's not in Parliament, as you can imagine, this afternoon. 9 minutes to 4 here on 5AA. It's got a lot of people talking this afternoon, this idea of weighing kids in schools. Do you think kids should be put on scales to help deal with the obesity crisis? And it's got a lot of people divided. I said no, I don't think it's a good idea. I think it will add to body shaming. I think it could add to body image issues that people have. Andrew on the text line says, I'm okay with kids getting weighed at schools. They should also be measuring their waists as well. BMI and waist measurements have direct link to heart disease and diabetes. Both are preventable and good to intervene early. So that's Andrew. I want to get your thoughts. Margaret's in Happy Valley. Hello, Margaret.
Oh, hello, Stacey. I really enjoy your program. Didn't expect to be rung back. It's just a slightly different slant. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Body image is already making children over-anxious, so it will only exacerbate that, I'm sure. But no genetics or metabolism has been taken into consideration here. But my mother worked with mothers and children that were known to be fussy eaters, and also mothers with bubs. And she said a lot of the problem, girls, was that the parents' expectation of what the children should eat. We were offered, if we didn't like something, would you like to try it raw? So we had peas and carrots and cauliflower. I don't like cauliflower. You might like it raw. And we did. We had a lot of our veggies when we were quite young, raw.
That's a good idea.
And also not to force feed children what they don't like. It'll only exacerbate that particular problem.
Yeah.
And eventually I quite like sprouts the way she prepared them, quite interestingly, with bacon, and frizzled them a little bit at the end.
Yum.
But I think perhaps, and I heartily agree, we don't need any further, making children any further more anxious than they already are. They've got enough to deal with. There are all those other things to consider.
Yeah. No, I appreciate the call,
we don't
Margaret.
know the genetics. We've got no idea about their metabolism. And they've got enough to deal with.
There's a lot going on, that's for sure.
Just another thought. I heard people cooking this and cooking that, and I'm thinking, yes, in my childhood, we ate a lot of our veggies raw because we were poking around while Mum was trying to prepare vegetables to cook.
No, I like that idea, eating something raw if you don't like it cooked. That's great. Probably got time for a quick call from Gabriel. Hello, Gabriel, Parafield Gardens. How are you?
Good, how are you going, Stacey? All right?
Good. What do you think?
I'm sorry about all those people calling you those things. You know, that's not nice things. No, you're a Greek lady. Greek ladies don't stand for that, do they?
I know, exactly. That's why I call it out.
You give them that Greek attitude. They'll leave you alone.
Thank you.
No, I don't agree with the whole thing. I think schools ought to butt out. The kids, they ought to butt out of our kids' lives already, you know. They ought to butt out of it, you know. They should let parents be parents. And if they're so concerned about our kids when they go to school, if they're so concerned about that, why don't they do something the opposite? Why don't they offer some meals at the school where they can eat healthy, you know, because kids run around at school anyhow. Don't they run around? We got 2 schools here, so you can hear the kids all running around, doing their things there. So kids get enough exercise and all that. But if they're so worried about the nutrition, why don't they, because parents are doing it hard, why don't they help them out in the school and do some programs in the school to help them to eat a bit of nutrition food while they're at school.
Yeah, okay, not a bad idea, Gabriel. Thank you for the call. 8223 0000 is the number to call. If you want to call Rowie and Timmy afterwards and talk about weighing in, I guess players weigh in. Rowie's here in the studio with me.
Oh, God, Stacey, I mean, honestly, is anyone born fat? Obesity.
Some kids are born big, yeah.
Well, big bone. I'm big boned.
Yeah.
And I heard about genetics. Yeah, there's the odd kid that nothing you can do.
Yeah.
So long as that kid's eating the right foods and exercising, I support that call.
Yeah.
But isn't obesity greed? Isn't it lack of discipline? Isn't it eating the wrong foods? Is it not exercising? Now, if there was a kid that all it did was eat crap food and sat on a phone, didn't run around the block or walk or exercise or walk the dog or do anything, do you think we're much better as a society just to let that kid go rather than hurt its feelings or its parents? or intervene and help with an eating program or an exercise program or a health program to get the kids right. This is utter nonsense.
I agree with you, but I don't think you should be weighing kids at school to do that. You're talking about eating programs and exercise programs. That's great. That's all education.
Yeah.
But weighing the kid in school isn't going to help with any of that.
Well, no, you don't. I can look at a kid, you're fat. I can look at a kid, gee, you're healthy. But you can have a skinny kid that eats bad. That's just that's exactly right.
Skinny's not always healthy.
Exactly right. I've got many a friend that's had heart problems at my age and looks far better than me and fit and not weighty. It's genetics, and that lady was right. But if there's a fat kid lazy, eating the wrong things in the school, why can't a school teacher intervene and say to the parent, hey, what are you feeding them at night? Does that kid ever get off the bloody phone?
No, we're not talking about that. I agree with you. I don't think there'd be many people that disagree with you on that. But weighing them at school, what do you think they should be weighed?
Well, what's that hurt?
How would you feel if they had scales at the door here at AA before we get in?
I wouldn't give a stuff.
You'd be all right?
I'm fat and I'm doing my best to get around. I've just started riding a bike. I have a busy lifestyle. My family are all into me. I'm trying to eat the right foods to my body type. I'm trying to be disciplined. But I'm an undisciplined, fat, middle-aged slob. Why are you laughing?
I don't know what to say to that.
Well, I am. I don't eat the right foods. I have all the excuses under the sun.
You're also someone who's got the self-esteem to be able to say that about yourself. And we both have sensitive people in our lives who maybe can't deal with stresses of the world the way we can. And if there's someone who's a bit more sensitive and they're going to get weighed at school, that might weigh more heavily on them than it would you.
Don't you think the teacher would know that there's a sensitive, anxious kid in the school? I have a very, very anxious middle daughter. You hear me talking about her a lot. I am that sensitive to that. It's incredible, highly sensitive. But there's a point where you've got to parent. There's a point where you've got to say, pull your man pants on, harden up.
Why are man pants any better than women pants?
Skirt, whatever. Oh, here we go. Scott Thompson will join us. Scotty Capriali. You know where I'm coming from.
I know.
Will and Drew. Now here's.
I like riling you up. It's so easy.
And it's so easy because I'm a dopey. Easy. I'm going to ask this question to Timmy and Port people. After 4, I want you to answer it. I would be more confident in Port playing Hawthorn at the MCG this week than at home. You reckon it's the pressure of home? I don't know what the pressure is. They don't know what the pressure is.
Yeah.
But look at the history. If Port were going to the MCG this Friday, I'd be pretty happy about that because I think they'd win.
Yeah, all right.
But at home,
there might be something there.
Anyway, we'll ask the question.
Yep.
Right. See you after 4.
Sounds good. See you after 4.
Stop fat-shaming me and looking at my guts.
I didn't say anything. It's all you. Bye.
The 5AA Player app is the most listened to radio app in Adelaide.
And with good reason.
You can listen to 5AA anytime, anywhere.